Did you know that the world's population is expected to be double what it is right now by the year 2067, over 13 billion people? I'm going to talk to you today about one of the Earth's most important issues, human overpopulation. I'll be talking about what human overpopulation actually means, its effect on the Earth and our environment, as well as talk to you about ways that we can reduce or even stop human overpopulation. Overpopulation, by definition, is when an organism exceeds its carrying capacity of its habitat. According to an article by Steve Jobs, he says that humans are 10,000 times more common on Earth than they should be according to the rules of the animal kingdom. I'm going to show you a graph which shows the human growth rate up until about 1850. You can see that it's steady and it doesn't put a strain on the Earth. Then within the last 150 years, the growth rate has skyrocketed and it's still increasing at an alarming rate. Human overpopulation is a problem because it is the root of many other problems such as deforestation, natural resource depletion, animal extinctions, the depletion of the ozone layer, and many more. This leads me to my next point, how are human population growth and these problems related. According to an article by Don Hinrichsen, over 3 million people die from pollution each year. The demand for forest products exceeds sustainable consumption by 25%. Africa will face drastic water shortages by the year 2025. 2/3 of the animal species are in decline. Over half of the world's forest cover has been lost. Earth's surface temperatures are continuing to rise due to greenhouse gas emissions, mostly from the burning of fossil fuels. If the global temperature continues to rise as projected, there will be the sea levels will rise by several meters, causing widespread flooding. I'm going to show you another graph now. It shows the correlation between human population growth, this blue line, and the rate of animal extinctions, this orange line. As you can see, as the human population increases, so does the number of animal extinctions. In fact, the two lines are almost a mirror image of each other. All these problems are due to human overpopulation. Overpopulation basically causes a chain reaction of problems. Each day the birth rate exceeds the number of deaths, meaning more people are added to the earth each day. This puts a higher demand on the need for housing, food, water, and natural resources. As the demand for housing increases, more forest and wildlife habitat needs to be cut down, which attributes to the animal extinctions. As more food, is there a more demand for food, more pesticides need to be used on crops, which may then drain into water systems. These water systems may be used as drinking sources by animals and even humans. In fact, the same chemicals used in pesticides have been found in animals all over the world, even on isolated islands. In an article put out by Stanford University on DDTs, they go on to say that DDTs and their relatives cause a calcium metabolism problem in bird species, causing them to have thinner eggshells. This is a problem because in many cases the eggshells are so thin that they can't support the weight of the incubating bird. Where are we headed and what can be done about overpopulation? If nothing is done, the problems with human overpopulation will only continue to grow at an alarming rate, which leads to the question, how far can we actually let the growth rate increase? I asked the same question in an interview with Marcus Mahar, a current NDSU student, and his answer was, I don't think we'll actually find the answer to that problem until it's too late, which is what I think is going to happen. According to an article done by Buzzle.com called The Solutions to Overpopulation, they go on to talk about things that nations all over the world can do to help reduce or even stop human overpopulation. These include education, family planning, tax breaks, healthcare, and sex ed. Education and family planning would include talking to couples about the negative effects of overpopulation, hopefully making them think about having less children. The tax break solution would provide tax breaks to couples who decide to have 2 or less children. And healthcare would help reduce the growth rate because in many countries over the world, mothers actually have more children because the life life expectancy is so low that they expect some of their children to die before they become adults. I would just talk to you about one of the Earth's most important problems, human overpopulation. I told you what human overpopulation is and why it's a problem. I talked to you about its effect on the Earth and our environment, as well as told you about ways that we can reduce or even stop human overpopulation. Hopefully, after listening to my speech, you now realize that there's a major problem going on right now that may even lead to the extinction of the human species.